I'd like to talk with you today about pre-divorce financial counseling. Very sensitive, very tender subject. It's one that I personally have not been through. I would tell you that up front. But I would tell you that within my family, and I'm one of four sons, between my three aunts, my mother, and my four brothers, I think we had about probably 22 divorces. And that was a whole bunch. My mother was the leader of the pack on that with about 7. So I do have some basis of which to speak. It is also a basis of experience with clients who have been facing this very stressful and traumatic part of their life. And folks, I'm here to tell you, and I want to share with you that some things that most attorneys are not going to share with you. The fact that we can, with some forethought, some calm communication, some rational thinking, we can lay the groundwork to make the process less costly and probably be achieved in a shorter period of time. And those are two very critical aspects. I'd like to share with you a story about a case that came to me a few years back. It was referred to me, and the divorce had already been in process for 4 years. 4 years. And the woman came and sat down and explained everything. And I said, well, it appears to me that your attorney's file in this case is probably about that thick. And she said, oh, yes. I said, well, I would suspect that the answers to solve this case are in that file. Oh, she said, how would you know? I said, well, I would expect it to be there. Now, if you and your attorney would allow me to interrogate that file, investigate it, I think I can find the answers. Oh, would you? I said, yes. I said, well, may I come down and examine the file? And she said, oh, sure. So I went, and when the secretary carried in that stack, and I said, oh, I expected that. She says, that's only half of it. 4 years accumulated a lot. Well, I spent a couple hours, went through it, and ended up, I said to the attorney, I have to go, and I need to take this portion. I took it with me, completed the research. I gave a 2-page report back to the attorney and instructed the attorney to do a search of the banks in a particular city. I said, if the guy wasn't too bright, I think we'll hit a home run and solve this and have it done. If he was brighter than I think, we'll not find it. The money will all be in his mother's name and you'll never find it. Well, she put out the order and bingo, everything was there. All the assets were accounted for and the case was solved and put to bed and finalized in about another 2 months, which was amazing after 4 years. Folks, I'm telling you that, with the proper planning, the proper forethought going into it, financial, looking at it in terms of what is right and what it ought to be, and some things to avoid that the attorneys don't have to deal with, then we could probably save you time and money. I am not an attorney. I'm not practicing law. I'm not telling you the legal aspects of the divorce process. All I'm telling you is from the financial aspect, we can probably help you greatly. Oftentimes that the young couple, the children, because of the children, you're going to be inextricably attached to each other even though the decree says you're divorced. You will be attached for the rest of your life. There will be weddings, there will be graduations, there will be celebrations of one type or another, and you will be coming together. So it is important that you do everything you can beforehand to make sure that the problems that you have to deal with afterwards are minimal. So for this activity, which is a very emotional and a very traumatic period, life-changing experience, please be prudent, be wise, and be rational. Separate the emotion as best you can before the fact, and you will have to have less emotion later. Thank you very much.